The production of this show follows the Lorma College's health and safety protocols. Hosts not wearing masks are appropriately distanced, and all on-site crew have proper safety equipment on set. The Lorma Channel. The production of this show follows the Lorma College's health and safety protocols. Hosts not wearing masks are appropriately distanced, and all on-site crew have proper safety equipment on set. The Lorma Channel. The production of this show follows the Lorma College's health and safety protocols. Hosts not wearing masks are appropriately distanced, and all on-site crew have proper safety equipment on set. The Lorma Channel. The production of this show follows the Lorma College's health and safety protocols. Hosts not wearing masks are appropriately distanced, and all on-site crew have proper safety equipment on set. The Lorma Channel. The production of this show follows the Lorma College's health and safety protocols. Hosts not wearing masks are appropriately distanced, and all on-site crew have proper safety equipment on set. The Lorma Channel. The production of this show follows the Lorma College's health and safety protocols. Hosts not wearing masks are appropriately distanced, and all on-site crew have proper safety equipment on set. The Lorma Channel.
Welcome back to our special episode of Lormanians Today. I am Jermel Hernandez to pick up where we left off. Last time we had the privilege of interviewing the creative team behind the environmental dance film of Bari-Bari. This film was featured in the International Film Festival in Germany, and we also had the privilege of interviewing the likes of Miss Aya Torado, Sir Chino Neri, and of course Sir Leroy New. They gave us a fresh perspective when it comes to the using of plastic bottles and also its consumption as a collective consciousness. So recently, some members of the Sanduli dance troupe joined in the production of the Bari-Bari. So to give a hint, this was also filmed not just in the beautiful province of La Union, but also here in our very own Dorma College's San Juan campus. And so to tell us more about their experience, let us all welcome the president and advisor of the Sanduli dance troupe, Sir Maverick KP Galet. Good morning po, sir.
Hi, Miss Vermel. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, good morning to you, sir. It's so nice to finally see you here in person, even it's in virtually po. So thank you so much for joining us here today because we really love to know more all about the experience of the students and also your involvement when it came to the environmental film of Bari-Bari. So tell us more about how the journey started with the cooperation or with the interaction with the creative team po.
Okay. Before I share my experiences, allow me to introduce again myself. I am Maverick KPA Colette. I am a proud Lormanian graduate. I graduated my bachelor's degree of physical therapy in 2014. And since I got my license, I immediately applied for a teaching position. And after 7 years, I am happy and grateful that I am still with Dharma Colleges. And I would also like to thank you and the Communications and Media Office for inviting us in this special episode of Lormanians Today. And once again, thank you very much. I would like to mention the brief background on how we started this project. Earlier this year, Dr. Carol Macagpa, our school president, sent us communication. I, together with my co-advisor in the Sanduli dance troupe, Mr. Ryan Pintukan. And by the way, for the information of everyone, Sanduli is a shorter term for Isang Dugo at Lahi. And also, the advisor of Larma Falcons of the Basic Education Schools, Ms. Crisanta Nebrida, received a communication with regard to this environmental dance project. And back then, we were really clueless on the concept, on the process, and other details of the said environmental dance. However, when we already had an actual meeting with Dr. Carol and my co-advisors, then she started to solicit our ideas and how we can work things out. Then later on, during the meeting, Miss Aya and Mr. Chino, the creative directors for the film, which is the Bari-Bari, and Mr. Leroy, who is our creative costume designer and creator, arrived during that meeting. And then we had brainstorming and we threw ideas here and there. And then things started to come together and started to make a lot of sense. And actually, I already had met Miss Aya a couple of times before we had the actual meeting for the Bari-Bari because we had dance workshops with her. We had dance workshops with the Sanduli and the Falcons dance troupe, as well as dance workshops with the faculty and the staff of Lorma colleges. So, as I was saying, when everything already is coming together, I realized that this project is something that would really raise awareness on issues that I believe are relevant to address our environmental concerns. And at the same time, we are sending the message through the use of our own culture and via dances. And what can I say? Of course, the project is, while doing the project, it is given that it is exciting and it is fun because we were able to meet a lot of people. We were able to interact with a lot of people whom I believe are very talented. They are very creative, extremely creative. and they are very passionate in terms of the arts and taking care of the environment.
Yes, sir, KP. I think that's one of the greatest avenues, especially for film and dance, when they're able to convey a message, especially right now when it is so prevalent to raise environmental awareness. So, thank you so much, sir, for doing that for Norma Paul. And so, I would love to know, sir, aside from the factor that it can contribute greatly to the environmental awareness, what made you say yes, or what made you accept this project for Lorma colleges?
On what made me accept the project.
Yes,
Um,
because this is not just an ordinary project, but it's a huge undertaking that required also the involvement of not just a user as the advisor, but also the students.
At first, of course, I realized the gravity of difficulty of this project because I will be dealing with a lot of people. Actually, the most challenging part before I accepted the project is the communication and the coordination because during that time it was a lot difficult to connect and to reach out to people, of course, due to the COVID-19 pandemic with all the restrictions, with the protocols and everything. And the team actually had a lot of virtual meetings, phone calls, even very early in the morning, late at night, phone calls, exchange of emails and text messages. And to consider the communication and coordination is a crucial part of the success of the project. It was really challenging to put things together because though we are all here in La Union, we could really not have that physical interaction. But nonetheless, I am grateful that I accepted the project and we were able to finish the project successfully. And also on what made me accept the project, the main thing that made me accept the project was that because last July, I was able to watch this documentary film featured on a television show, which speaks on the environment. And it showed how the environment is right now, the status of our environment right now. And the focus is on the harmful effects of single-use synthetic face masks and laminated face shields on the environment, most especially on our oceans and the ecosystems that are thriving in our oceans. And these single-use face masks and face shields that are made up of plastics, which are non-biodegradable, is very can really impose harm to our environment. So it was noted in Asia alone and that billions of face masks are thrown every single day and majority of which is considered to be a medical waste, which ends up, of course, in our oceans. And it is quite disturbing and alarming to know that these things are actually happening and are creating a harmful impact to the environment, which will last for several years, for decades, or even hundreds of years. And that is really the force that motivated me to accept the project, to push through and to complete this environmental dance and the film, which is the Bari-Bari.
Yes, sir, KP. I think that is a noble quest nga po when it comes to the conveying not just what you've watched in the environmental film, but also the facts regarding the current state of our environment. And so, with such a serious message to convey or a very serious issue to send out to the world, it is important that you have the right kind of people to portray, such idea or notion. And so, in the selection of the dancers, what kind of performers were you looking for in the hopes that they would maximize or optimize the film's message?
Mm, I guess that it is already innate to our student dancers, but to our students in general, to have the passion to express themselves, their selves, in whatever platform that they can use, most especially social media and the others. With regards to the selection of the student dancers, I believe aside from the fact that their last dance performance that is school related was during the foundation anniversary of Lorma Colleges way back February of 2020 before the Luzon-wide lockdown. these dancers, the Sanduli dance troupe members, were really excited when I told them that when I told them about the project, about this environmental dance project, because they are longing to be able to see each other again and to dance together again, because they already had formed this special bond, they already had formed this special connection. So they are really excited to be working again together. So the Sanduli dance troupe members were really excited, and a lot of them actually would like to participate and to contribute in the project. But unfortunately, with the travel restrictions, because a lot of them are from outside of La Union, and the health and safety protocols were considered, we were only able to send representatives.
Yeah. When it came to the thinking of the name Circuit, I think I would like to say thank you for enlightening us that Sanduli means Sandugo, it's Sanlahi. And knowing what we know now, that the students really wanted to be with each other and to really dance once again. I think it's really nice that Bari-Bari gave them an avenue or a platform to do just that. And so, Sir KP, may I ask you to please give us, of course, the warm welcome in introducing our three talented performers in Bari-Bari.
Okay. Before I introduce our dancers to our audiences, I would like to tell everyone that I did not have a hard time with them because of their skills, their knowledge, and love for the craft. I already knew from the very beginning that they will accept the challenge of doing the project and that they will perform extremely well to represent not only the Sanduli dance troupe, but the whole Lorma colleges to an international stage, since the film will also be featured in other countries such as in Germany. And I believe that our students did not disappoint, not at all. Our student dancers are highly engaged, they are highly responsive, they are responsible, and they have this professionalism with them. And they even provided me with comments and recommendations and how we can improve their performances. And I did not have any problem with them at all. It is my pleasure to introduce to everyone our dancers. We have Miss Precious Jewel Gakad from the College of Nursing, Mr. Rojan Kyle Rimorin, also from the College of Nursing, and Mr. Jerwin Brian Acosta from the College of Business.
Hi, good morning, Miss Precious, Sir Jerwin, and Sir Rojan. First of all, Lormacologist would like to extend its gratitude in accepting, of course, this interview and, of course, for sharing with us your time. So, thank you again, Sir KP, for introducing the students to us. And so, knowing that Sir KP was also very involved in the project, I would love to know how were the three of you chosen among the other members of the Sanduli dance troupe to be the performers in the Bari-Bari.
So we were contacted by Sir Kipi po asking if we want to join po sa environmental dance film na isushoot po here in La Union daw po. So since we are very excited, we agreed po and we sent videos po to Miss Aya as our audition po.
Okay. And thank you so much for that one, Precious. And then Sir Jerwin or JB, as I was told, were there any doubts or were you 100% all go when it came to the commitment to the project?
100% po.
And what
Because
kind of dance video did you have to send for your audition?
di ko po,
Oh yeah, I think we lost a little, we lost something there. There. For this one, JB, I would love to know what kind of dance video did you have to send to Sir KP when it came to the audition? Hello, Sir JB. Hello. Okay, so while Sir JB is fixing a little bit of issue there, let's go to Sir Rojan. So, Sir Rojan, when you were asked by Sir KB to send an audition tape or a video, did you perform a contemporary or modern dance or somehow an interpretative style?
So there are three dances that Sir Katie gives to us. First is the Bindian dance from the Benguet province, the Pangasinan called the Binasuan, and from the Ilocos. So I chose to pick the Ibaloy dance, which is a folk dance.
Mm. So, in the choosing of the Ibaloy dance, was it easy to do, or did you encounter some difficulty in getting to know the dance?
I need to research. Of course, you need to research the dance so that I can embody the wholeness of the tradition and the culture of the Benguet, the Igorots. So that's I need to research a lot and practice the dance like 2 to 3 days, just like that.
Okay, so research along with practice can really help you go a long way. So thank you for that, Sir Rojan. And I think we can go back to Sir JB. I'm really excited to know what type of dance he chose when it came to the audition. So, Sir JB, if Sir Rojan chose the folk dance of Benguet, what province did you proudly practice to?
Um, from Ilocos Norte po, Ilocana Anasudi po.
And were some steps already familiar with you, or did you also have to do a bit of research like Rojan?
Also po, I had no idea, so I did a research po and learned some dances po.
Okay, so I think when you get to know a dancer, you also have to know that they will not know every step. But I think your body knows what it is that you have to do. Okay, so for that one, thank you, Sir JB. And how long have you been dancing, the three of you, before you were engaged or introduced to this project? Has dancing always been your passion, or was it something that you got to know in your later teenage years?
Um, at first po, I just discovered that alam ko pong sumayaw. Then um, I started to um, take dance lessons po. And um, when senior high school started po, um, I had no idea na meron pong dance troupe sa Lorma. So, I decided to audition and luckily po na nakapasa po ako sa auditions and yan, I get the chance po to dance with other dancers po.
It's a good thing, Jervin, that you had the courage to audition, and of course, it led you to greater avenues as well. And how about for Miss Precious? Have you always known that you were going to be involved in dancing?
Um, I started dancing po when I was in elementary, but I took it seriously only when I was in high school po. I joined dance troupe din po no sa high school then college po now.
Well, it's good that it's not only developed in high school but also continued in college. So I think the Sanduli dance troupe really provided more to the dancers. So thank you for that, Miss Precious. And how about for Sir Rojan? So Sir JB started in senior high school and Miss Precious in elementary. What's your dance history?
So same goes to Precious. I start dancing since elementary, but sooner high school I realized that dancing is my passion and it give me the platform to express myself. So that's why I pursue it. And until college, I still able to dance freely.
Dance freely. I think that's a very good motto. And so, knowing that the three of you had extensive backgrounds in dancing, Bari-Bari, this environmental dance film, must have been something different from what you're used to especially when it came to the modern dances. And so, aside from the difference that Bari-Bari gave, what was your memorable experience in the filming, in the practicing, or just in the whole behind the scenes of the project? Maybe we can start with Rojan.
So the most memorable aspect of filming the Bari-Bari is to, of course, donning a costume made entirely of plastic bottles and recyclable materials. I feel incredibly honored and fortunate to have worn his creation, Mr. Leroy, and which has evolved from trash to a great masterpiece. So that is my memorable aspect in filming the Bari-Bari.
Uh, Thank you for that, Rojan. Indeed, one man's trash is another man's treasure, right? And so, how about for Precious? So, when it came to the putting on the costume, Precious, did you have some difficulty there, or was it easy to put on?
We need, sa costume po, we need help po kasi it's really difficult po to put it by ourselves po. So, we, nag-ask po kami ng help dun sa designer po.
You needed the assistance. And also, Precious, when it came to the production of Bari-Bari, what would you consider to be the memory that you will take with you?
For the most memorable experience po while filming Bari-Bari was to dance and work with different professional artists. And it is very unique because we used nga po recycled materials for our costume made by Sir Leroy po.
Okay. So working with different professional artists. So you have a writer, a cinematographer, and of course, a costume designer. So I think that is a wonderful and once in a lifetime experience, but also more to come for the three of you, you know? And how about for JB? What would you consider to be the most exciting or the most memorable part of of the journey for you?
Same as Ate Precious po. Like most experience is that I get the chance to interact po, to perform with different artists and also discover new genres of dances, which is quite interesting for us because we also want to learn more about it.
Okay, so you gained a lot from the experience, not just when it came to your dancing, of course, involvement, but also in the knowledge. So thank you, JB. And how about for Sir KP? Considering that the students were working with numerous professional artists, how hands-on were you as well when it came to the production? Were you with the students all the time, or or what was your involvement or part in the production, sir?
When Miss Aya asked me to send audition videos, I directly contacted these three people, Precious, Jerwin, and Rojan, because I believe that they can really represent the dance troupe and Lorma colleges very well. And I am grateful that they immediately agreed and they accepted the project. And I'm also grateful to their parents because they are very supportive to sending these students to this project. Initially I asked them if we could meet and then if we could make the audition videos that I sent to Miss Aya, and then Miss Aya found it amazing that we were able to come up with these videos immediately. And then after that, after which A already gave the approval that these are our dancers. They are already the final dancers. I had a lot of meetings with them because I would like really to know the concept, the storyline about the film, and then the costume design, how who will provide, how can we provide the sizes of the students, how could they have their proper sizes and like that. So it is really tedious and because the coordination part really is something that is draining, but still it is very exciting because you really get to know more other people and you get to know their insights, and then later on with your own insights you can come up with a brighter idea together.
Yeah, thank you, Sir KP, because it gave us an idea that a lot of things are going on behind the scenes, especially when it comes to this kind of production where you have several episodes. And so, with that in mind, why do you think, sir, along with the three dancers, that it is important to have this kind of film, especially with its kind of theme? So maybe we can start with Precious for this one. Why do you think it is important to have this kind of film and also its theme?
So, Bari-Bari po is a film advocating for environmental sustainability and culture. It is important to have this kind of film to strengthen the cultures and traditions of different places and to remind people to take care and protect our environment because we are not the only one living in it. And let's protect and preserve the environment for the next generation po.
Okay, thank you so much, Precious. So for her, it was really important, especially when it came to the promotion of environmental sustainability and, of course, culture preservation. So thank you so much for that one, Precious. And how about for JB? What made you say yes to the project, or why do you think it was important that this film had to be conveyed to the world?
It is important po because our film shows that we can also help to preserve the history and traditions of every ethnic group po by performing different cultures from different provinces po.
Okay, so representation is everything, as they have said nowadays. And I think that you taking part, JB, in this production really helped preserve the traditions of not just our well known provincial, what do you call this, neighbors, but also those of the ethnic group. So hats off to you for that one. And how about Sir Rojan?
So it's absolutely essential that we watch this film because it serves as a wake up call to what's really going on in our world today. It addresses the environmental issues and as well as the traditions and belief of ethnic minorities. I believe that this is a good platform for positive reinforcement and that by the respecting one another and the environment we live in, we can create a better environment for ourselves and for our better next generation.
Thank you, Rojan. And I think when you said that it was a wake up call, it also was synonymous or analogous to the answer of Sir KP a while ago after he watched the environmental film or the documentary film. So thank you for that one, Rojan. And I agree with you. It's also a good platform. You know, you can convey a message not just through just words, but also most especially in one of the most powerful art forms of dance and film. All right. So, considering that your experience, was something unexpected, it's something that was able to thrive despite the pandemic. What is your takeaway, or what was your greatest lesson that you have taken from taking part in the environmental dance film? Maybe we can start with Sir JB for this one.
Um, Through this dance film po, I have learned that it is very important for us to gain an understanding on how to take care of our environment in our own simple way. And also, I realize how much today's generation doesn't usually speak about our cultures, and that helps me push through what was once taught.
Yes, JB, that is actually true. Most of our generation or society right now always follows the trend, what's new, without actually looking back on where we came from, the tradition and the history. So I think that's an important message. Thank you, JB. And how about for Precious? What was the greatest lesson considering you've worked with professional artists in this kind of a different project?
For this environmental dance film, I've learned that we need to protect and strengthen Filipino cultures and tradition because in today's generation, people tends to forget how beautiful our Filipino culture. So in the use of different platforms like dance, films, and etc., we are advocating cultures and tradition to show the youth the importance of our own culture and environment. And as I've said a while back, we need to take good care, protect, and preserve the environment for our next generation po.
Yes, thank you so much for that one, Precious. Preservation for the next generation. So that is indeed true. And how about for Rojan? You know, considering that this experience usually doesn't come often for everyone, what was your greatest takeaway in the whole journey?
So, as a dancer, I realized that by using my movement to inspire, empower, and educate people, I can make a significant difference. Let us focus our efforts to cultural awareness and environmental sensitivity. This, I feel, is linked to every one of us gaining cultural awareness, supporting cultural awareness helps to preserve traditions and promoting environmental protection all contribute to ensuring that our cultural and natural heritage are preserved for the future generation. Thank you.
That is actually indeed a noble cause. And so, from what I got from your answer, Rojan, considering that you are a dancer, your movement for a movement. I think that's a good slogan for future projects. You know, your movement for a movement in the cultural and environmental awareness. So, I think all three of you can join. Pageant, since all of your answers are so beautiful. To be honest, considering that you are young, your mindset really is set not just for yourselves but also for the future generation. So hats off to the three of you. And the Sir KP, I think as their advisor, you must be really proud that they contributed not just their talents but also their insights. And what would you like to give them as a message, sir, especially to these three amazing dancers that you have?
I totally agree with everything that they had mentioned,
Mm.
that movement for a movement is very good. And as also part of the Environmental Council of Lorma Colleges, I really felt the need to get involved and to raise awareness on the proper use and disposal of not only our medical wastes during this time of pandemic, but wastes in general, and which we include plastics there as well. And with this project, I believe I am able to take part and to raise awareness to this cause, because just like what Mr. Leroy had mentioned in part one of the special episode of Lormanians Today, the costumes that were made, used by the dancers are made up of plastics and scraps that were collected from the coastal areas of our locality, and which these costumes are being exhibited at DCLI building of Lorma Colleges and One Campus. And let us be reminded that the issues on the environment is a growing concern that we are all facing. No one is exempted from this issue. And as humans, as stewards, we have this moral obligation to protect the environment and to promote a sustainable development. And with sustainability, I mean responsibly interacting with the planet and to maintain natural resources of our planet at not only for us but for our future generations. And according to an article that I have read from UNICEF, that environmental concern is a child crisis or a children problem as well, because they are the ones who will suffer eventually. Our future generations will be the ones who will be suffering the consequences that we are making right now. And sustainability also improves the quality of lives and also protects our ecosystems. After all, we only have one planet, and might as well we need to take care of our planet.
Yes, sir, you are indeed right. When you said that there must be a responsible interaction, I think, considering that communication is a two-way process, the way we interact, especially with Mother Nature, really should be responsible, just like how we would treat other people that are important to us. So thank you for that one, Sir KP. And so for this one, Lorma Colleges would like to extend its gratitude to Sir KP, to Miss Precious, Sir JB, and also to Sir Rojan for providing not just your talents in the production, but also helping us to get to know you more and also your involvement not just in the Bari-Bari environmental dance film, but also in the planet as well. So thank you, Sir KP, Miss Precious, and Sir Jerwin, and also Sir Rojan. So thank you po for giving us the chance to know more all about your involvement in the project. And so for this portion, I would like to ask, do we have any questions from our audiences? Do we have any comments from them, or do we also have any inquiries to our three dancers and also to their advisor, Sir KP? Okay, so let's wait while our team is also searching for some questions. Do we have, especially when it came to the preparation that they have to do? Okay, so I think all three of them and also Sir Keep, you were able to answer all of the questions. And I think they gave us more than what we asked for. And so, again, thank you so much to the four of you. And so, for our viewers, be sure to watch the first episode of Bari-Bari on November 12, 2021. Okay, so the first episode will be available from 7 p.m. to 12 midnight. So do not miss the chance, of course, to catch on the video our dear talented Lormanians in the names of Rojan Kyle Rimorin and Precious Jewel Gakad from the College of Nursing, and also Sir Jerwin Bralacosa from the College of Business. So make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Lorma channel, and ring, of course, the notification bell for you to be notified right away when the first episode is up and live. So be sure to stay tuned for more updates. And that's it for today's episode. So we will give more exciting stories to our fellow Lormanians and, of course, in our future episodes. So again, thank you, Sir KP, Miss Precious, Sir Jerwin, and Sir Rojan. May all of you have a very good day. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.